Adventures of the Super Sons, issue 11, Peter J. Tomasi writing with Carlos Barberi on the art. So Matt's up for this one.
So
well, he's maybe half asleep.
yeah, sorry.
But...
So Rex has his plan, right? He's gonna invade Earth with his army of villains, but Tommy Tomorrow and the two older versions that they jumped up come in to save the day, and it turns out that because of the hypercube, when the boys interacted with it, it brought their future selves into existence. And so basically Rex is like, oh, well, you aren't going to stop me. It doesn't matter how many of you there are. So he goes to make a break for it through the portal to go to Earth. But Damien and John decided to chase him through. But it was a trap. And Tommy Tomorrow tries to stop him and the older versions of themselves. Because they play right into Rex's hands. And he traps them inside the cube. So... of course, it's because of Rex and as his motivations, and he switches it from he's going to invade this army to he's going to go be made king of Earth because that's his name. Rex means king. But we get some little smaller moments of the team fighting against the army of Rex, and Space Cabbie and Joker Jr. show back up. And Space Cabbie's like, well, I can take you there. You just have to, don't jip me on my fare again. But yeah, it's just basically set up for the last issue of how's it going to set them from this whole year. It was their year worth of stories, but it's just been a summer since they left. And that even John's like, oh, this is not how I expected to spend my summer vacation. But most of the issue is just a fight between the army. They use a gigantic chemo character to try to fight him, but Tommy Tomorrow takes him out. And that's where Rex decides he's going to go conquer Earth by himself. That they've just, having this army is complicated at all. He can do it by himself. And that's when he traps them inside the cube. And now the Tommy Tomorrow and the older versions of the boys are going to have to save the day. And again, it's just a fun little story. You can tell it's Tomasi winding down his John and Damien story. The voices are all still there. The art's still decent, but it's just, you feel like it's kind of just a filler story. Like I'm kind of glad though this wasn't Superboys, because it feels like all of this is just going to be wiped under the rug sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's fine. It's just where it started, and it's just, where it's ending up. It's fun, but it's not that same kind of fun that the first Superboys was. This feels at the back half more. You remember that story where they went to the planet of the superheroes?
Mm-hmm.
This is what this feels like.
Yeah,
so.
And that was easily the weakest part of that run.
And that's what this feels like now. You have the Jonah Hex robot and Space Cabbie, and it's fun seeing all those characters, but I just don't ultimately know how this is going to impact them going forward.